All right, welcome back to BSTV. We are in week 3 of Celebrity Big Brother. Bianca can't join us tonight. She is busy. Actually, she doesn't like Big Brother that much and feels she doesn't contribute much to BSTV reviews on that because, well, she doesn't like it. And it's just me talking to her and her saying, Okay, so, anyways, we are in head of household competition in week 3, and the big thing is everyone thinks Misha's gonna win. She's the athlete, the best athlete in the house, the current athlete. There are other athletes, Lamar Odom from NBA, but he's not in the NBA right now. Also, NBA athletes, different body. He's 6'10". He doesn't do well in these competitions. So they have a competition for head of household, and they have to sit on a chairlift for skiing, and Kato Kalin makes an appearance to tell them about the event, and basically they have to hold 3 buttons down at different areas on the chairlift, and if you don't hold them down, your time speeds up, and it's about having the lowest time. And what you're doing in this is taking your clothes off. So you're stripping out of your ski uniform to jump into the hot tub, which is where Kato Kalin was. So then they hit the buzzer in there. Anyways, it comes down to Todrick and Carson and Misha. And Misha wins, of course. It looked like her and Todrick were the 2 fastest, and they were. A lot of people didn't even try. Chris Kattan didn't even understand the game. He just stood up and took his clothes off, but the time was going really fast, so he maxed out his time. The other people were going like 70 minutes, 40 minutes, and Misha did it in 5 minutes, Todrick 6 minutes. And anyways, so Misha wins, and then it comes down to scheming. She tells Chris Kattan he's going to be safe. Chris Kattan doesn't even play the game, doesn't know anything about it. He just kind of hangs out. So she has no reason to get rid of him because he's no threat. They get rid of him anytime. So obviously she's going to be gunning for Carson and Cynthia, who are her on the rival, the only 2 members of the rival alliance. But now Todrick's getting in her ear and saying, I think Chris Kirkpatrick in our alliance kind of might not fully be with us and maybe talking to other people and be a big threat, and I'd like him out. I think so. Todrick and Chris Kirkpatrick know each other from outside, and I think maybe he might be picking up on some things like, hey, we should be friendlier in the house. You're an NSYNC, I'm another entertainer, I sing, and we're not. So maybe you have some thoughts about me. So I think that's what's going on there. Also, he's right, because as I said in the last review, I felt like there was something left out, because it was supposed to be Mirai against Chris Kattan, and it was supposed to be like a 4-3 vote, but it ended up 7-0, and we never saw why it ended up like that. Like, why wasn't it 4-3? And then in this episode, it has Shayna and Chris Kirkpatrick talking quietly, and they openly admitted, we may have missed a chance to get rid of Todrick last week, but we couldn't risk, because the vote would have been 3-3, and Chris Kattan would have been the deciding vote, and the guy doesn't even know how to play the game, so we have no idea what he would have voted. So there was actually, I was right, there was something that they didn't show last week to lead up to that vote. So anyways, so Todrick is on to Chris Kirkpatrick, and Chris Kirkpatrick wants Todrick out, but they're both secretly in the same alliance. So it comes down to the end and of the nominations in this episode, and Misha nominates Cynthia and Carson. No surprises. Those are the only 2 left in the rival alliance, so she nominates them. But if either get off the block, or if Todrick or Misha could win the power of veto and take one of them off, pretty sure Chris Kirkpatrick will be going up. So this is a very big week for him or Shayna to win the power of veto and just keep the nominations as is, because they don't have the numbers to put up Todrick when they're not head of household and try to get him out. But they got to do something. They got to keep themselves safe and then hope one of them wins head of household and they could just control the votes next week. But Misha's going to end up having a big target on her back going forward now, because she's won 2 out of 3 head of households. And basically that means in the history of Big Brother, everyone's trying to get you out, but you're probably going to last a long time because you're the best. But the minute you aren't and you're vulnerable, you're probably going home. So, but it has happened before in the past where people have just run the gauntlet and continued to win over and over and over. And if they do get put up, they win power of veto. So it's not going to be easy to get rid of her. She has to be, right now, her or Todrick the favorite to win it. I think they're playing a very good game. I like Chris Kirkpatrick as well, but I just think he's kind of been figured out by Todrick, and they just have more power right now. So that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll go from there. This is BSTV. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment.